What's the best roofing CRM? Well, I'll be helping you answer that in this video because I'm going to share with you these 7 different criteria for you to vet the next CRM you're looking at as you're narrowing down the list and choose the right one for you. Because my guess is you're probably pretty exhausted by jumping around on social media and you see this company loves this one, but they hate that one. And this one's too expensive and this one is just right. And none of it adds up. And the truth is that there seems to be like a new CRM almost every single week coming into this industry. I know my inbox is flooded with roofers and technology people that have developed the world's greatest CRM and they've solved all the problems that no CRM has ever yet to create. So listen here, there's one thing you're gonna hate about this video. For that reason, I'm not mentioning one single CRM. But what you're gonna love about this video is that the strategies that I'm gonna be teaching you, these 7 different decision-making criteria, will work for you regardless of the CRM, and it'll work today, it'll work in 10 years to make the best decision for your company. It's a hot topic, and inside the RSRA community, there's 193 posts in our private app about CRMs. There's also 491 comments. So I've seen a lot of what people like, what they wish they learned as they were trying to navigate the CRM world, and that's what I'll be sharing today. So my name's Adam Besman. Welcome or welcome back. Let's rock and roll. All right, first, listen, CRMs all have their own strengths and some are weaknesses, but most CRMs that I've looked at, they'll have a front end, they're a front end powerhouse for marketing, or they're a back end workhouse for production. And usually they'll favor one or the other. So I want you to start right now saying, hey, what's most important to me? Is it the front end, my marketing, or the back end, my production? That's gonna help you evaluate from here on out based on what you're looking for. The second thing I want you to do before reading this list is to write down your list of what I call the non-negotiables. Those non-negotiables are the things that you've learned. If it doesn't have this, I'm out. It could be something as simple as it needs to have a QuickBooks integration. Or for others, they need to have native call recording. Call systems seem to be a big sticking point. I want my call system inside my CRM. So all the calls are tracked, recorded, transcribed. My team can text and everything is integrated into the CRM. That might be a deal breaker for you. So those non-negotiables are deal breakers. Take some time and start there before you even look at what's available. It's going to save you a bunch of time. Number 1 on the list is take a look at a roofing specific CRM. There's a lot of folks out there using CRMs that aren't quite roofing specific, and they're discovering that there's gaps and holes. And most of those come to the unique process of serving homeowners in their home in an in-home sales environment, multiple visits to a home, multiple touches, dealing with crews and scheduling and all these communication things that are really specific to the cycle of roofing, especially as it comes to the production side. So take a look at roofing specific CRMs. You'll save yourself a lot of unforeseen headaches. Number 2, listen, I know that when you're in the office vetting these CRMs, you're sitting at your computer, your production team's in the office, your admin's in the office, and a lot of the folks that are running your CRM day to day are in the office, but the bread and butter, that's your sales folks. And they are in the field. So it is so important that you evaluate the mobile usability of your CRM. It's something that people often overlook and they'll say, hey, my sales reps struggle. It's tougher to upload pictures or add notes to the file, whatever it is, you got to make sure it's easy for them because good data in means good data out. Number 3 is integration friendly by way of either API or Zapier. So you can connect all the essential software that's running your company in one place. Now, just a few of those as an example could be roof reports, marketing and automations, QuickBooks, maybe payments and systems. All of those are payment processing systems or credit card, accepting credit cards, all that in one place just creates a far more efficient workflow rather than having to jump from one software to the next. Number 4, native automations and AI capability. Right now, especially communication is so important. Homeowners want it more than ever, and it's showing up in a lot of reviews that you'll read as you look through 1-star reviews, common issues, some of the most common issues around professionalism and communication. And not long ago, about a week or 2, I ran an event for our members down at an AI data center, and I asked everyone, what keeps you up at night? Like, as a business owner or leader, we can wake up and we're like, man, gosh, if only I could get that figured out. Now, one of the top 3 on our list was communication. And it's so important that you're able to have automated communication via email and text to your customers throughout the process. But automation, it doesn't stop with simply and AI. Customer facing, there's also a tremendous push towards the user, meaning you and your team, being able to source information, update information, and more. So take a look at their automation and AI capabilities. Number 5, this is one that a lot of people wish they knew beforehand, and it becomes a massive sticking point. And that is reporting capability and accuracy. I don't know what it is. There's a few CRMs that I'm continuing to hear people are struggling with getting accurate reports from their CRM, whether it's financial reports, sales performance, or production related. Those reports need to be accurate for you to be able to make data-driven decisions to grow your company and create an amazing experience for the people you serve. So as you vet each software, make sure that you get, number one, the reports that are important to you, and then number two, that they're accurate. Number 6 on the list is support. Gosh, is this one overlooked? There's some great software that's developed, great CRMs, but what they're lacking is a team behind them that help people be successful. It's not just onboarding, by the way. And I know that migrating from one CRM to another, obviously anyone who can help make that process easier is probably going to have a higher chance of winning your business. But the important part is what happens down the road when you're realizing, hey, you know what? We haven't been using this thing to its fullest potential. You have new features you want to add. Maybe your reports aren't as accurate. You need some eyeballs on it to figure out why, or there's a new thing that you want to do. It's so important that they have a great support team. So ask about that, but also you can gauge how the experience is working with them in the front end to expect how it might be on the back end as well. Number 7 is cost. You'll see that I saved this for the very end, but I actually have one more bonus I'm going to share with you. And I wish I knew this one way earlier because it ended up costing me a big headache. But the reason that I share cost now and not at the beginning is because cost is all relative. I have talked to folks who are spending incredible sums of money. Like when I hear it, I get sticker shock. I'm like, wow, you can just go buy a new truck every year. And the reason that they're spending it, they're proud of it. They're like, I would never switch because it's awesome. It does everything that I need it to do, and it saves us a bunch of time. So if you have a great ecosystem that provides an environment for your team to be more efficient and not have to manage 7 different softwares at once, if it creates an environment where there's less mistakes and higher quality control, if it saves people time, and if it gives you everything you need, then yes, it is worth it. So evaluating just on cost can be short-sighted. That's why I put it last. But I don't want to end this video yet. I want to end it on this bonus, because what people don't look for, maybe not all people, but at least me, I didn't look for the development velocity. Now, this was a little while ago. I was operating in a CRM and I loved it, but I realized that very quickly they started falling behind. All these other platforms and CRMs were building out all these new tools with AI, and it seemed like weekly product releases and enhancements, listening to users, while the other ones are just like becoming a dinosaur. So as you evaluate a CRM, ask about their development velocity. They'll be either proud or shocked. They're like, oh, we're doing this, we're doing that, and all this is coming down the pike. You'll be seeing this release and this release. And you can even ask where they're getting their ideas for product development, whether it's member or usage requested. Now, I tell you, this is going to help you create the best or choose the best CRM for the long term. And if you need help evaluating the CRMs you've narrowed it down to, turn to our community. You can click the link in the description to learn more or apply to join. You can ask questions, get answers, join our roundtables, or even use the Alliance Brain Master AI for some private coaching and consulting. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.